Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in today. Today we're going to have a brief discussion about tires for your M416 trailer builds. So this question comes up quite a bit in some of the forums and Facebook pages and stuff, and I thought I would address it briefly with you today. So if you are rebuilding an M416 trailer that has the factory military wheel, one of the main questions that comes up, can I run a tubeless tire on that wheel? And the answer is yes. So you can run it without a tube. You just have to pick the right tire selection to be able to do that. So if you don't buy a tubeless designed tire, then it may not and probably will not, the bead will not seal correctly to be able to run it tubeless. If not, you're going to have to run probably a band and a tube, or definitely a tube within your tire. And there may be some traditional military pattern tires that are tubeless. I just don't know of any right off. You'll just have to check with some of the guys online. Most of your regular tire shops are not even going to carry stuff like this. You're going to have to get it special ordered and brought in. So one of the choices I made, and I'm going to show you a couple different variations of what can go on the M416. When I built mine, I wanted new tires and I wanted tubeless. I wanted to be able to make repairs easier by using plugs and stuff like that. And if I didn't want to carry a spare, I want to be able to make those roadside repairs or trailside repairs if need be. So what I chose was a tire by a company called Power King, and they're mostly known for doing tires for the agricultural industry, farm tires. So this is more of a traditional mud tire look, or what I call an old school mud tire look. This tread pattern did see some usage in the military long ago. But this one is the Power King, and it is called the Extra Traction is the name. Now the size always is a question, and this one is a 7.50 by 16. So that is your tire size. And the valve stem that I use is the one I had in it, and it is one of the heavy-duty metal screw-in style valve stems. I don't know if a regular pull-through rubber valve stem would work in this situation. It may or may not. That's just something you're going to have to play with and figure out. But your local tire shop that's mounting these should be able to figure that. I do like this heavy-duty valve stem that I have on mine, but it's not flexible, so there's a good chance it would break if it hits something more so than the other. But even the others can break if they're struck hard enough or rubbed against something like a rock or something, or a stump. So the original size, I believe, is a 6.50 or 6.0, and it is a little shorter. It's not quite as tall. This tire, I was a little concerned about it rubbing on the fenders and things like that. It actually fits just fine. It actually gives you a little extra height, trailer clearance to the ground, so that's a good thing. And actually that is axle clearance, not just frame clearance. So people get a lot of that confused when they're lifting vehicles per se. They think that they're getting more ground clearance, and in reality, unless you're going bigger tires, you're not really getting any larger ground clearance because of being able to hit the axle portion. So with that said, when I bought this trailer, it actually came with a different tire, and I'll show you that because it is a different application than what I have here, and a different size. So if you're trying to find different tire sizes, this right here is more of a highway tread that came on mine, and it was run tubeless. And this one is a 215/85/16. This is a Goodyear. This size is very limited, so you're not going to have a ton of choices. Even in the 215/85/16, if you're wanting more of a rugged looking tire or performing tire that's more of a mud style, there's a few companies out, but not a whole lot that's producing this tire in a mud tire. So that's why I went with a totally different setup with the other. Some people may want to run just and both. Oh, by the way, both of these are DOT approved, so no issues there. They both are DOT tires, even though that's a farm tire. Technically, it is DOT approved for usage on the highway. It's not one of the tires. And sometimes you'll see tires that is for off-road use only. So be careful with that, especially if you are getting your trailer inspected for the first time by your local state trying to get a title. If they don't see a DOT stamp on your tires, you may not get an approval for that without changing them out to a DOT approved tire. But anyway, guys, just kind of wanted to show you what's available out there that you can kind of mix and match. If you decide you want to keep the original steel military wheels instead of trying to update it to something else. Me personally, I like the military look, so I kind of wanted to keep it as traditional as possible, and that's what I opted. I just had these sandblasted and then I painted them. Just make sure that you're putting a good wheel that's not rusted, because where these are two-piece wheels and they're kind of like riveted together, that centerpiece you see there, sometimes people don't take care of their stuff and water gets in there and it rusts that out, and then it's not going to hold air without a tube in it. But so far these have been fine. They were pretty rust free when I got them, but you can take them off, sandblast them, paint them up real good, and make sure that they don't leak. But I'm sure there's people out there with more experience on this than I have. But if you are, chime in the comment section below, kind of tell us what you did, and especially if you're running the steel wheel, because that's what this video is about. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, you can post those below. If you got any comments, post those below. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. It's down there in that section. Also down in that section is the share button. That helps us get the word out about Guns and Gear Network and the sponsors and the people that give us products and stuff to review. Also, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell out beside of it. That'll give you notification when we produce a new video. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.